Are we ready to go? Yep. You
Your back legs hanging out.
Good morning and welcome to the channel. We have got something super exciting for you today. We are here in the hinterland of the Sunshine Coast. And what are we doing today, Joe?
I don't know, but it's looking a bit autumnal. Long sleeve shirts on. I'm seeing brown leaves, red leaves. I don't know whether these have been planted to kind of give the feel of a bit of an autumnal vibe, but
Maybe.
we are going hunting for platypus.
Hunting for platypus. So we actually haven't seen one in the wild since being in Australia. And we thought we've seen cassowary, we've seen crocs, we've seen a lot of other animals,
Yes.
but we haven't seen a platypus. So that is something that we must do. Now, you do need a very curated plan to do this because they are very, very shy and hard to spot. But let's get into our first location and we will tell you in there what the plan is. First of all, we need some food. So
Of course it's a cafe. Of course it's us. Of course it is. Come on. Let's go and check it out.
So here is our first location, the barn at Flaxton. We have never been here before. Pet entry. Look at the little shop. Joe, Devonshire tea, scones with tea or coffee. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is mega cute, isn't it? Yeah, let's go here, yeah. Go on the little pink bench. Oh my gosh, have you ever seen a bigger cake counter? Look at these muffins, they look unreal. So there's no way we can do any platypus searching without a good start to the day. So we need a good brekkie. Now, this is the menu here. Really, really tasty looking menu. And if you look here, I'm going to try this halloumi open grill melt. Never had anything like that before. Really unique option. Let's get it ordered. Let's show you the inside of the cafe. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. I love the vibe and the wood. Since being in Australia, I don't think I've seen a big, thick, kind of granny style apple pie like this. Oh my gosh, that looks beautiful. They've also got this shop, which I'm guessing they sell all like their own produce. So you can get like a fresh sourdough. Looks like you can get fresh ice cream. Ooh, cherry ripe. Go on, guys, comment below, let us know which should be your ice cream flavour. We've got blueberry, rum and raisin, cherry ripe, vanilla bean, salted caramel, Mars bar, cookies and cream. Ooh. I have just been speaking to somebody as well, and she did say if you do come on the weekend, she recommends booking a table. So we're Friday today, so just a little bit lucky. Oh my gosh, how cute is this little doggy? Me and Joe were speaking about community boards the other day. This is a prime example of what we mean by a full community board. So let's stop talking about food, as always, and let's get into the plan. Now, I made this brief plan a couple of days ago. So if you are on the Sunshine Coast and you're looking to hunt for a platypus, like us, I would recommend doing this. However, there would be a couple of other things that I would say. We're starting pretty late in the day. It's already mid-morning. We can't do any earlier because we work nights, for anyone that's wondering. So because of that, we are now starting, it's 11 o'clock, not even mid-morning, pretty late morning. Yeah. And we've only just got up to here. So if I was you, I would be getting up to the hinterland and starting your search by about 5:30 in the morning.
Or if you're staying here, you could stay in an Airbnb or stay local to Maleny.
So I did a bit of research and I found that they are really shy. Super shy, and they don't like bright days, bright light, so that is hence why you see them. So right now is not a good time.
No, it's good.
It's a bit overcast. Yeah, if it's overcast, that could be good.
That's good, yeah.
But it'll be more towards like dusk now for us when they start to move.
So the most active, similar to kangaroos.
Yeah.
Similar to quite a few animals. Dusk, dawn. Are you most active? Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we're here. We're gonna obviously eat our brekkie.
Yes.
And then we're gonna start with shooting over to the main spot, which is Obi Creek in Maleny. But I don't think we're gonna see them. But we're just gonna scout out our spot, right? Yes. There's a couple of other spots in Maleny, but then we're gonna head over to Landsborough. Yes. To go to the Ewen Maddock Dam, because they've also been seen there, and there's an access point. That is the best point. Okay. And then there's also another walk, which is actually an hour away from Maleny. We might get there, we might not. Okay. But end of the day, we're going to end back in Obi to end the day. So by about 4:30, we want to be there.
And we are working tonight as well. So
and we're working tonight.
So we're going to try and hook in as much as we can. But one thing as well that we kind of got us built up into doing this walk is that it's not been raining now in the Sunshine Coast area for probably about a week. We've not had rainfall. And that means that the waters are extra crystal clear. If it has been raining when you come, they do say probably not the best. I'm sure a lot of Aussies know this because platypus are all over, like in Tasmania and other spots as well. So you guys probably know watching, but we have done our research. Not rain for a while, aiming for dawn or dusk. I forget which one. Dusk or dawn. From Dusk Till Dawn,
Dusk.
great film. And then on top of that, like you said, a lot of the areas we know as locations where they could be. So
Look
we've done
at
pretty well.
this though, right? I think I showed you the.
Yes,
So
you
there
did.
was a guy a few days ago that spotted them, and look at this. How gorgeous
Have
is
you got
that?
his name? What's his name?
He is called Neil Anderson. He got a lot of Facebook likes.
Shout out to Neil Anderson, because he put it in a local group, and that's what inspired us to go and do this today. So
And we brought our
thank you,
camera.
Neil.
Because then if we do see them,
Yes.
we've got the Canon camera.
And we can zoom in, get some better pictures, and I can add them into the vlog if need be.
Yeah. The hunt is
Perfect.
on.
Let's go, Platypus.
Food has arrived. Joe, yours looks really good. I think you got the better option this time, but this looks interesting. It's got relish on it, halloumi, mushrooms, got a bit of
Big
everything.
mushrooms. Probably going to have to do a swap. You won't eat them.
I don't like mushrooms.
Yeah.
Give me your hash brown.
We are now leaving the barn on Flaxton, and that whole meal, we've just checked the bank account now to see the price. It came out at $48 for 2 coffees, 2 brekkies.
That's one of the cheapest cafes we've been to
That's
yet.
particularly good priced.
Is that because we're not directly on the coast and we're in the hinterland?
Maybe, but even the quality and everything in there was absolutely delicious. So if you are planning on doing the Platypus route, head to here, have a good brekkie for a really fair price. Little gift shop inside as well. Amazing. Really good priced. So, en route to Maleny, we're going to head through to Obi Creek, where is our first spot to potentially see some platypi. Taking the mickey. Taking the mickey. I don't want anybody thinking that I actually think they're called platypi, though.
We're going to scout the location out.
We're going to scout the location, correct. But first spot, we're going to go and have a look at this place called Gerrards Lookout. Hey, Cody, careful you don't slip. Football, soccer reference, Gerrard slipping.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one for the Liverpool fans.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Have a look at this.
You can see all the different spots. We've got Caloundra,
Calandra,
Bribey Island,
Bribey,
Brisbane,
Breeze, Brizzy,
Malulava,
Mololava,
Majimba Island.
Maggi. Trying to give it all the shortened Aussie versions. Oh my goodness, not a bad way to start. Don't think we're going to see any platypus here, but not a bad view to take in, is it? Yes, please. Going to enjoy this for a bit and then go from there. What do you think, Peaks? Enjoying the view?
We are here now in Maleny. Now, if you are a channel regular, you will know that we have some very good friends, Julie and Terry, that live in Maleny, but we're not going to bother them today and bother them with a coffee because he's working, I think, isn't he? He's working on his cottages today. So
sent me a message and he's like sent me a picture of him working. So, Julie, if you're watching, Terry, if you're watching, we will catch up for a coffee. Didn't want to bother you today. We were just being a hindrance looking for platypus. So, that is the plan for today.
this is really good because we've got some overcast weather and just look at how clear the water is today. We have
Kingfisher.
Kingfisher.
Kingfisher there.
Oh, beautiful. Missed it on the camera, but I did see it. But if there's a day we're going to see them, it's today, I reckon. Now, as I mentioned before, we've started the day a bit late, which is a negative for us. However, I'm confident that this evening we're going to see them. Early evening, Picco's going to be in his bag because we don't want, they're very shy. If they hear a dog or anything like that, they're really off-put and they're very shy. So, yeah, we've got to look for bubbles, splashing.
Yes. Also, I don't know whether you can hear it because of the editing we do on the noise, but I can also hear the flying foxes. So it'd be really cute to kind of see them if we can see them in the tree line.
Yeah.
That'd be another one ticked off. I think we have seen them before, but just for today.
Let's keep an eye on this water because look, it is so clear today. The water is so clear, isn't it? And I've got my camera at the ready.
So we've been advised to go to certain spots, but this is not one of the spots, but it's a nice little lookout. We're getting an idea of what to be looking for in the water. And I've also got up some little platypus facts that I've done a bit of research into. So, did you know these facts, Cody? I'm going to read some off quickly, and you can tell me whether you knew this about platypus. So they lay eggs, but they're mammals.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that they lay eggs.
Yeah,
no.
them and I think echidnas also lay eggs as well.
Oh, okay.
Bit of an interesting one, yeah. It does say on here echidnas are the other ones to do it as well. So yeah, echidna, which is interesting. You wouldn't imagine, but echidna also lay eggs. So unique the wildlife is in Australia, isn't it? It's so cool. So cool. Another one is that they're venomous.
I knew that one.
They are venomous. The male platypus, only the males, have a venomous spur on their hind leg. Ooh. So just a... Now, it does say that it's not deadly to humans, but can cause swelling and infection. So it is an interesting one. Did you know that they glow under UV light? So if you were to shine a UV light on them, they would like light
Do
up
we
green.
need to get a UV light tonight?
Don't know whether we'll be that close, but it's an interesting thing about them, isn't it? Another one is that they don't have stomachs. It says on here, I didn't even know that. Platypus don't have stomachs. Their food goes straight from their esophagus into their intestines. A rarity among mammals.
Wow, that is
Some really cool facts right there.
Yeah.
There's a couple more, but let's go on a hunt and I'll read them out later on. Interesting.
First spot is going to be Maleny Library.
Maleny Library is apparently one of the spots where they are.
Let's go.
Let's shoot there.
So we could hear the flying foxes, but we couldn't see them. There they are. And they are so loud. It's lunchtime. And they are mega active.
Do they get much sleep? Because they all wake up at dawn. Dusk. They wake up at dusk. I keep getting the two mixed up. 1 minute, I'm going to ask this guy if I can go in for him.
You can take them if you want.
Oh, you sure? There's a fair amount then, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are they a pest then? Are they a big problem?
It depends who you speak to.
Right.
I'd imagine if you lived there, you probably wouldn't be too impressed.
Yeah.
They do. They're like the nocturnal pollinators of the insect.
Oh, so what? They are actual pollinators?
Yeah, they are. But they do spend a lot of time stealing everyone's
Fruit.
fruit.
Yes.
And stuff. But
No way. Oh, thank you so much, mate.
No worries,
What's your
mate.
name, sorry?
Mark,
Mark, thank you, man. You're a legend.
Yeah, some people hate them, but then that's the same with the roos. That's the same with everything. Oh, have you heard the sound coming from them? The sound's hilarious.
So it is funny to a lot of people probably watching. They're like, you're looking at vermin, but to see something like this, like we get small bats in the UK, but we don't get flying foxes this size. Like, look at the wingspan on that one there, just opening up its wings.
Oh,
Can you see
wow,
that?
yes, I can see.
No, for the longest time, what's really funny is bats were my mum's favourite animal. So a lot of people might be like, what are you talking about? Now, I know these are flying foxes, and people say there is differentiation between bats and flying foxes. But how incredible is that? So cool.
Come on, we're getting distracted from our platypus searching.
If we don't see any platypus, we've seen an animal up close that we've never seen before.
So we have been stood here for about 10 minutes, but this isn't one of the spots, so we're going to move on. Again, getting an idea, doing a bit of research, so then we can try and figure out what it is that we need to look for exactly. Even Picco's looking. He will go in the bag later as well, because we don't want to risk them sensing the dog.
That, I don't know whether it's been brought down by people, but that's a macadamia.
From the macadamia tree?
So I think macadamias, there's a lot of them in Maleny, like naturally.
Yeah.
So this might actually be a macadamia tree.
The water in this section is ever so still. Absolutely zero action here at the moment. Spending a good 10 minutes in each little space that we stopped at just to stay still and hopefully see some bubbles or some sort of action.
But we couldn't see anything.
Nothing yet. I know dusk and dawn are a prime time, but we're coming to have a gander because we've heard the
Yeah.
water's clear.
No,
So.
look, the water
water's nice,
looks
yeah.
lovely.
Yes.
I can't.
We saw two
girl.
ladies up there,
Oh.
and we said, "You, as soon as you turn your back."
Yeah,
She said, "On the other side, they're probably looking at you, us,
yeah,
laughing their
Yeah,
heads
they
off."
yeah, they will be.
Well, thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
Guys. Have a lovely day.
It's time to put Picco in the bag. He absolutely loves getting in this bag. Just watch this. Like, Joe's been trying to keep him out. You in? Are we ready to go? Yep. You in?
Your fat legs hanging out.
Why do you love this bag so much? Some people say to us, does he like going in the bag? You know, is it a thing? No, he loves going in the bag.
I'm not quite sure. What do you think? For anybody who wonders as well, he clips in, so he is strapped in as well when he's in there. And then you just do a bit of a zip up.
Buffhead. Let's go. Ah, so here's the platypus statue. Joe, you going to give us a read? What does this say?
Maleny Platypus by Kathy Lawley in 2015. I've always loved the beauty of the sandstone for its changing colour, strength and solid foundations. Arriving now to the Platypus Lookout. If there's a spot we want to be heading to, it's the Platypus Lookout.
Is this where we're going to be tonight, do you reckon?
Yes, so for anybody wondering, the idea of what we're doing at the moment is scouting. We are on a scouting mission to potentially find locations where we can head to in the early evening to potentially see them coming out at dusk, having a little... That's my description of what they do. We've been reading up. They dive multiple times. They can hold the breath for, was it 2 minutes?
Quite a while. I didn't realise that they're not found in Western Australia.
Yeah.
Only Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria and Tasmania.
And only in Australia.
Nowhere else.
Nowhere else in the world.
But they're really good at burrowing and hiding to kind of obviously protect themselves from humans, snakes, all the other
Predators, everything like that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
so it's quite hard to see, especially at this time, but we have got the best weather.
Yes.
We've got
Yeah.
clearest water,
Yes.
heightening our chances.
We're optimised as much as we can be, but like we said at the moment, I don't want anybody thinking we're looking for him now. This is scouting mission, find locations, come back later today and have a little read up before we potentially do find him. Here is the viewing spot. Now this is one of the best spots. We came here with Terry and Julie and they said this is the best spot to see them if you can ever see them. So we're going to go very quiet and hopefully if they are about, we would see him. I saw this little guy here and I thought I'd just seen a platypus, but I think it is one of the freshwater turtles as it doesn't have a tail. Then you can see his little fat shell. So not what we're looking for, but very, very cute indeed. For anybody who does want to read up, give a quick pause and have a read of this and jump over to this one. Same again. Give a little pause and have a read up on this. It does speak about on overcast days, there is a chance to potentially see the platypus at any time of the day. Now, if you look at the sky, we have got a perfect overcast day. So keep the peepers out, keep as quiet as we can, and hopefully, fingers crossed, using our beadies, we might see a bit of activity. Fingers crossed. So we managed to see a couple of turtles. I think in total 3 different turtles were feeding in that area then, which is a good sign. They also tricked us. They tricked us into thinking that they were platypus for a minute. I was like, oh, and I was like, wait a minute. They're either missing a tail or a bill. But that is a good sign as they're feeding there. So hopefully later on, 2 or 3 hours away,
Do you reckon that's the spot?
I think we head back to that spot just as the sun's setting. And hopefully, fingers crossed, to see them some there. What we're going to do in the meantime is keep on exploring, keep on seeing new areas, see where we get to. Maybe some platypus. Yeah, through there. We have to be extra quiet, but there is a potential that we could even come here and have a little look and see some. We'll have a look through. Wait on a minute, see if there's anything here. Well, as we were walking back, we've just seen some commotion in the water. I saw a beak. It's a blooming duck.
Good spot.
I saw a little webbed foot and a beak, and I went, oh, Cody, commotion.
This would be about the size, though, wouldn't it? We're looking.
I would imagine, and I think a lot more submerged.
Yeah, a lot flatter.
But I saw a beak, I saw a webbed foot, and it's only gone and been a duck. You little terror. Well, we're on the right lines. That's kind of what we're looking for, beak, webbed foot, but not entirely the one that we're looking for.
So we have arrived at Ewen Maddock Dam. Now, for any channel regulars, they will know that we actually did another section of this dam
The far
a few weeks ago, but it is humongous and it stretches, it meets the coast meets the hinterland with it, doesn't it? So it's pretty big. So we haven't done this side, and this is another spot where you can see platypus at the right time. Maybe not the time we're going, but again, we're going having a nosy.
The good thing about this is, even if we don't find platypus today, it's just been such an adventure and just so fun, like exploring. We've never been to this side of the dam. There
is a platypus trail in here somewhere. I don't know which one it is. I'll have a little nosy now.
As Cody does some investigating into the correct trail, Picco's having a little sniff, but as you can see, dogs on leads at all time. It does interest me this, because some of the signs in Australia say dogs on lead, and then others say dogs on leash. So I thought it was just leash, but seeing that does make me realise that you say leads and leashes. In the UK, we would only say leads, we would never say leash, so bit interesting how it switches up sometimes here. And so the adventure begins on our little Maddock, is it Eden Maddock Dam? Yes, so from what we've just read up, this area isn't the best for seeing them. There has been sightings and suspected sightings in this spot, but from what we know and what we've seen, that Obi section where we were kind of looking into the water where the little plaques were on the boards, that is the spot to see them. So we're going to aim to head back there for around about 4:30. That's the plan. But what we're going to do now is we're going to get in a good walk, explore, just enjoy ourselves, no stress, loving every minute of our lives, enjoying these gorgeous scenery. So we'll carry on walking. If we see anything of note, we'll do that. In the meantime, we're just going to get some steps in and then head back to location for sunset to, fingers crossed, see anything. Even if it's just a little glistening beak in the distance, I'll be happy.
Yeah, me too.
Even if we see a duck, I'm just going to pretend it's one. I'll just go, oh my gosh, look, there's one. It's worth the shot.
Oh my gosh, that's
It seems like nothing, but as we're just walking down this path, look what's on the trees. It still just seems so crazy that we're in a place that just has fruit-bearing trees just plonked down a little country path. I love that. It's so cool.
Good spot.
I would, if the path was a bit clearer, I'd go and pull one off the tree. But yeah, I don't think
You got the right
I don't think that's the right footwear for that. So I think I'll save my my life today. Yeah, there is. There's a good selection. Yum, yum, yum. Maybe on the way back if I'm hungry.
If you get hungry.
We'll see. Never taking a place like this for granted. How cool. All the ferns, it feels so prehistoric. No wonder so many of the animals here, Cody, feel prehistoric. Even from the cassowary to, like you said, the goannas to, trying to think, the salties. Obviously, they really are prehistoric, but even just like the brush turkeys that we see, when you see them run, you're like, oh, it's like a dinosaur.
Mini dinosaur.
But when you see just this nature, that's what I do love about Australia. It feels like it is somewhat time-locked when you come to certain spots. Keep our peepers out. Like we said, not prime location for platypus, which is the point of the video. But nevertheless, still amazing. Look at that. Oh, yes. From prehistoric wonderland, we have now come to Shrek's home territory. Looks like Shrek and Fiona would be chilling in this little swamp. We've just made an executive decision. We've been walking for a while where we've not been filming, and we have said to one another, what we should definitely go ahead and do now is switch back, walk all the way back to the car, get in the car and arrive in good time, as there was a little bit of roadworks down in Maleny. So we're going to aim to get down early, find a good spot to park up, head down, maybe grab a drink if we can, and we're going to be parked up and set in that area for a good while, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. Hopefully it would make my day. How would it make your day, Cody?
Oh, it really
It'd
would.
make
It's been fun trying to find them. It's amazing anyway. It's a good adventure. I would definitely recommend it during the hinterland. But to see one,
you do have to be in. There are certain criteria that you do. You can't just wander down and be like, oh, look, like the same way you would with a kangaroo. So if there are any travellers or anybody who's watching who does want to see them, you do have to make sure that, you know, everything times up correctly. It is definitely reserving a day to make sure you get it.
yeah.
And
ideally setting out early morning, something that we couldn't unfortunately do.
Due
I
to
know
work,
there'd be a lot
yeah.
of you in the comments going, why didn't you set up
should have been there early.
It's very hard.
I
for
wish we
us.
could have been.
Yeah.
I really wish we could have been. But nevertheless, like I said, we have got work tonight, but we will do our utmost to catch a sight of them.
We have come to this gorgeous little spot where we can get some pizza to take with us to our little spot that we're going to be at tonight. Look at this. Pizzas acquired. Get these back to Joel and get back on the Platypus track.
Pizza's back in the car now and heading to the location of Obi Creek to hopefully see some platypus. Eat the pizza first and then head out on our adventure.
This pizza is unreal. This is going to get me through the next hour and a half of platypus spotting.
Oh.
Look at that sun starting to set, which means we've got more chance of now seeing platypus. And we've eaten, we're fueled up, and we're ready to go. Got some ripples. Another little tower. Not too much up to now. However, there has been a lot of distractions and boats and stuff. Like big dogs down in the valley by the water, which wasn't a big threat. There's a turtle right over here that keeps making us think we've seen one. Just gotta keep our bees out. Still spotting turtles here. We need them to go to bed.
What?
Got a lot of ripples down here. Come on, Mr. Platypus. Come on, Mr. Platypus. This there, it could have been a big fish. What was it? Okay, some commotion here. Something here.
So, we're going to move round to another spot now where we should be backlit from the sunset. And hopefully we can look over and see any commotion, but it's got very dark. I don't know if we will. And so our day of exploring for platypus has come to an end.
It has, and we didn't see any.
We didn't. We're currently on 10 to 6 and it has gone pitch black outside. It is impossible to see. Now, if you are planning on coming seeing them yourselves, what we would probably advise is if your schedule permits it, unlike ours did, I think the morning is probably better because even if it is a bit dark when you start, you're gaining light. So you're gaining the chance of capturing, seeing them if you've brought down like your camera or even just with your eyes. It got to a point where we were getting the reflection from the sky, but that sunset just dripped off and the whole place became very, very dark. We saw a couple of splashes, potential sounds that were, but we couldn't confirm. So we will have to come back again. Let us know any advice in the comment section below. It might be somewhere where we're going to have to go in doing Tasmania or doing another location. But I do believe, like we said, in a local group a couple of days ago, people did put in that they've seen them. It was in the morning, so maybe that's the next thing to try.
Yeah, I agree.
But an amazing day, nevertheless.
Such a good day.
Fantastic food, great company. We've had such fantastic time, an amazing day. Glad to have you along with us. If you have enjoyed, please show any support. We can do this again. Like we said, it's not fully ticked off yet. We need to tick it off, don't we?
Not quite. But that's where we're going to wrap up today's video. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you to the members. You guys are amazing. Like Joe said, if you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like. We didn't see them, but we have grafted all day to try and find them. But it is what it is. The next adventure awaits. So we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Adios.